everybody. This is Ra Corsini with Ra Elity Television. MCTV, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to have a show of my vision and others' visions to share together. Over the next couple of weeks, you'll be seeing our autumnal Equinox celebration show that actually is a co-creative event that I've directed and produced with my husband Tony Corsini and the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble, which is a group of extremely talented, fabulous locals. And we do have some special guests like Talia Rose, who's coming from out of town, playing her Celtic harp, and some others, because our shows are really flexible. So up until the actual curtain time, sometimes I don't even really know what the real lineup's gonna be. So I've had a really wonderful time working with this group of people because Tony and I have been here for 3 years, and this is our 16th show in our Living Room Theater series. We call it Living Room Theater because our shows are informal, family-oriented, sit on pillows. We do like to reserve chairs for elders. Anybody can call before a show and reserve a chair. We are just very spontaneous and a lot of audience participation. So it's that feeling of, you know, when you were a kid and you were in your living room and you told your parents and your grandparents and your brothers and sisters, hey, sit on the couch, I want to show you something, I got a show. Well, that's pretty much where this is birthed from. From me doing that with my parents, and from my daughter doing it with us, and Tony being an incredible artist. For instance, this painting behind me, a lot of his artwork is inspired by, we have a show going on, and I'm like, Tony, I need a backdrop. Tony, I need a major centerpiece. Tony, I need this, I need that. So included in this show as well, he's doing an audience participation piece where he's playing the role of Vincent van Gogh, and he's painting throughout the entire show, alone, quiet, in the corner, while everything's happening, being inspired by what's happening in the show. And then the audience will get to be involved with that painting as well. So we have a collaborative piece, community art, bringing the community together in unity. And that's what we really like to do here at the Flying Lotus and with our production ensemble, is community activation through the arts, through dance, through music, through art, through theater, therapeutic theater, really doing a lot of release work through getting up on stage and revealing ourselves, really opening, releasing, letting go, claiming what we have done, what we are doing, and what we will be. So, I think that's about it. I hope you really enjoy what we have created for you and our personal family. And as I said, throughout the next couple Ra Elity shows, we will just do a continuation of this autumnal Equinox show. And looking forward to hearing some really great responses from you. Thank you.
You have the CD. You'll give it to me.
I put it between the seats and the white, you know, in the tray between the seats and the white car. And if we get down there together, I have the CD with the pictures and all that I tell you about it. You don't see it for other time.
Good, brother.
Feels great. Enjoy it. Almost.
Functioning within having normal parameters.
To the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble's 16th event in Living Room Theater. We've been here 3 years, and we've done 16 community events to gather our tribe and beautiful local talent, as well as some folks who have come in to be a part of us. And I'd like to completely honor you who continue to show up or who are new faces to join our tribe and support the beauty that is created through co-creation in therapeutic theater.
We're all here to have fun and express our talents in any way that we can, so we sort of make it up as we go along and find a place for a particular expression within the greater whole of whatever shows we put on. And with that comes a train that often rumbles by, and we like to think of it as part of the show, part of God's creations. So whatever happens, whenever it comes by, is usually a perfect moment that we just embrace. We also want you to know that if you need to go to the restroom, it is down the stairs through the cast and through the door and follow the red and white speckled candy brick road to the bathroom. our new bathroom pathway.
Yes. Alice in Wonderland. Katrina, what did you say? Alice in Wonderland going down into the rabbit hole.
Going into the rabbit hole.
Yes, yes. Yes, and also we have Arthur from MCTV here, who will be filming the event. And if you don't want to have your face on that beautiful television, make sure you duck when you go past him if you do need to use the bathroom. We have a 15-minute intermission, and we have children in the audience, and we work as a community, and if there is a child in need of help or a child who is being distracted, we work together to help with that child the best that we can, especially when parents of the children are in the cast. So we work as a large babysitting unit. So this evening's production is As the Wheel Turns, us all tuning into as we have moved out of summer and now into autumn. So if you could be there, that would be really sweet to just go into that rootedness in yourself as you transform with the changing of the seasons. Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm going to be painting an ongoing piece throughout the evening. Just sort of look at me as part of the backdrop. And I'll be taking some of the energy of the performers and adding it to the painting. And at the end of the show, we're going to open up the whole piece for people to come and add their own transformative accent to the piece itself. So it's going to be a community artwork that'll hang here in the Flying Lotus, and maybe we'll take it on the road and show it at the Guggenheim. So anyway, just be thinking and feeling. The idea is that we're all connected, and so why don't we all just be part of this artwork that we call life? However it shows.
Of the sun and the birth of the darkness. For we are all sun and darkness, one and the same. For the death of the sun and the birth of the darkness is nothing more than change. And change is something that all of us must do, for change is life. No more than when we desire change to be no more, then we have given up on life's path. For change is growth, for change is understanding, for change is wisdom and love. For change proves that we are still alive. For change brings exciting new things into our life. And without change, life would be very boring. Change is the unknown, but the unknown is welcome. Where there is change, there is hope. Where there is hope, there is future. For we must have faith, and that faith must be in every atom of our body and mind. For when this happens, our day will come. Anything will be possible, for our body and mind will no longer hold our spirit back. So might be.
Equinox, so come. You're on. I know you're not ready, but we are on now. Okay, I'm gonna channel you. So you're saying that you were just born yesterday, of course. Yes, I know. You were just born yesterday, and I have to remember all these lyrics, and you're not ready, but we are on. So please come. Stay. I know Ryan insisted that I should play this Equinox song. So, I mean, I have all these other songs, but she said Equinox song. Okay. There's a way I find the answer to the garden of light, of pure essence. There's a way I find the keys through the gates of my heart, find an opening through the power of total surrender. Take up the layers, layer after layer. Create an opening. Let the light come in. Layer after layer, take off the garments of the eye. Total acceptance, lift your thoughts up high. Total acceptance and loving the core essence of our beings. We'll end the suffering through the power of total surrender. Take up layers, layers after layers. Create opening, let the light come in. On this earth, every step is a prayer of this air. Every breath is an answer of this fire. Every flame is a cleanse of this water. Beginnings have no end. Through the power of total surrender. Take on layers, layers and layers. Create an opening. Let the light when the train comes in.
Hi, my name is Joanna Welchley, and I am a part of the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble, and I am here to use my power of word to inspire and illuminate the audience. It's an honor to be able to use my talents in this way, and I give thanks for every performance that I get to do with the Flying Lotus. And I believe this is my 10th or 11th. Yeah, everyone but the first one. So yeah, I give great thanks.
As the wheel turns, you may be challenged by future concerns or past maladies of constricted flow from life's urn. But I'm here to tell you, as a reflection of you, let go. Let go and receive the drop of morning dew. A tiny refreshment from me unto you. And know that the rivers will flow forever, no matter what you do. The wheel turns from the expansive summer sun unto the depths of our winter womb. Harvest your expansions so that you may drink from the creative well springs of our winter moons. And let go. Let go. Let go and be that drop of autumn dew that flows to and forth from the endless seas, the heart of me and you. So let go and let the wheel turn to grow your vision strong.
For joining us in this wonderful series of the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble's show, Autumnal Equinox, As the Wheel Turns. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, gifting the community with local talents and us doing this therapeutic theater to assist the change within us all. Thank you. Elity Television, signing out. Welcome back to the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble's show, Autumnal Equinox, As the Wheel Turns. Join us in celebrating the cycles of Mother Earth, the changes that happen within us and all around us.
Co-owner and founder of the Flying Lotus Movement Center. And tonight I am creating a wheel mandala for As the Wheel Turns show. My contribution to the show will be in-progress work that is unfolding as the show unfolds, inspired and influenced by the energy of the different performers, and then allowing the audience and performers to come up and add their own energy through the paints to the piece at the end. So we'll have a community piece of artwork that will hang in the Flying Lotus and kind of remind us of where we were at this time in 2005.
Deep inside our hearts, the prayer is spreading wings now, and the fire is burning us free. She changes everything she touches, and everything she touches changes. Would you sing that with me? She changes everything she touches, and everything she
changes everything she touches. And everything she touches changes. She changes everything she touches. And everything she touches changes.
Oh.
There once was a wizard of silence and fire. He looked deep in my heart, to my true heart's desire. And you have longed for the coming of this time. You who prayed for a vision, who have longed for a sign. Look deep into my eyes. In this mirror of light, with our feet on this earth, we are birds in the stars, born into laughter, through galaxies we fly. You have prayed for the coming of this day. Look deep in my heart and see you are there in a moment of magic, in a meeting of friends, where there is no beginning and every beginning is never the end. And you can fly. Come up here to the sky. Feel your wings are on fire. There once was a wizard of silence and fire. He looked deep in my heart, to my true heart's desire.
Wow.
So, this kind of thing had to be. It wasn't something extra or something we did because it was just fun. Of course it's fun, but it's something that we need to do as people so that we remember that everything is related together And this is a way that we have of giving back not just to each other, but also to our mother. And the earth feels our prayers. The earth feels our songs and our stories and our dances and our art and everything. All of the bringing forth, and she's fed by those things. That's how the old peoples believed. And so at these times, at the equinoxes, at the solstices, and at the quarter years, the people would meet in these special places, these sacred sites, and they would share like this. And these songs and these dances, they fed the earth, so that in turn the earth would feed us. I'm going to play one more song. My name is Talia Rose, by the way. It's very nice to meet you tonight.
deciding or trying to decide when it's time to migrate or hibernate. And this one you'll hear about. Fall, the time when Earth retreats from summer's blinding heats, puts on a garb of colours new, blends of every autumn hue. Children catching falling leaves, their cries of joy the trees receive. Nature tells her poignant story, life and death combine their glory. We humans, part of nature's dance, yet deviants, we look askance at her true joy and innocence. When will we dream again with her, rejoice in harmony with her, be close, connected, knowing her, wide open, speak our hearts to her? She wants for us, our mother, full of love, compassion, giving all, honoring the part that we have played, even in that, not yet dismayed, encouraging us to once again regain our sense, erase the stain of folly's whims and greed's demands. We have the will, it's in our hands. So nature, may we take delight in you, and never more pollute your carpet so serene and pure, enticing us to linger here. To play, to love, to be content, in harmony, our lives as meant by us ourselves, when we tap in to our true nature deep within.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and why you're here today.
Okay. I started dancing at a very young age in Hong Kong and continued in India. And India really influenced my dancing with the devotional dances and dances in the temples about all the gods and goddesses and telling the stories and invoking the different qualities of God and goddess. And so then discovering my Cherokee ancestry, the medicine dance became very close to my heart, and so healing was always the motivation for dance. And I discovered Rael and found her work and just loved the authentic movement and tantric sacred dance, and here also with Rahael, and then Rael's therapeutic theater. And so I love it because the whole process is completely healing and within sacred space, safe space and ceremony and nurturing, including family and spirit, and all about us becoming the God, goddess that we are, each one and for all life everywhere, raising what's good for all life everywhere through acknowledging and bringing the feminine up into balance with the masculine, and she embodies it, and I find it so easy to experience Christ in everyone when I come here. So that's my
Joining us in this wonderful series of the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble's show, Autumnal Equinox, As the Wheel Turns. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, gifting the community with local talents and us doing this therapeutic theater to assist the change within us all. Thank you. Elity Television, signing out. Welcome back to the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble's show, Autumnal Equinox, As the Wheel Turns. Join us in celebrating the cycles of Mother Earth, the changes that happen within us and all around us.
I'm going to read a poem that I wrote called The Mother's Egg, and the poem will talk about the spiritual mother in terms of the original universe before the Big Bang. So rather than talking about mother energy in a just a intellectual way or a speculative way or a New Age way, it talks about it more as astronomers saw the original dark, dense universe that was what begot all light eventually. And so when we say we all came from the mother, this poem will talk about the real dense mother which bore life. So, hope you enjoy it.
An acorn turns into a tree. Some poems are short and some are long. Rest in the shade of this tree.
For billions of years before the Big Bang, the female universe that we call Mother was the size of this egg. And from this egg, I will share some of her secrets with you. You could pass the egg around and I'll read you her story. And it is a long story. The mother's egg. Rome burns, Nero fiddles, and the TV entrances. We judge what is bad, but refuse to seek answers to the questions of murder, of rape, and of cancers. I'll try to break through this in this palace of dancers. Let's start at the start in the mother's dense womb, where astronomers claim there wasn't much room. All the vastness of life squeezed inside nature's tomb, forever unborn, until the Big Bang went boom. Now the mother had waited eternities more, just inches separating east, west, north, south shore, when an echo it murmured in her dense ancient core, enticing her that she might yet one day soar. There was something beside her out there in the night, not pregnant like her, something male, something light. Like a great string attached them, she yanked on the kite, and he crashed right into her. Now that was a sight. Our mother and father together as one, a big bang exploding, a vast megaton. Alas, could her labor pains finally be done? Could her smile e'er rival the heat of the sun? They rode the explosion, both distant and wide. He was a rocket, she filled his insides. He carried her whole, what a hell of a ride. But then the weight of her womb made her yesterday's bride. You see, she weighed 9 times too much and made momentum die, and their journey was stopped with a terrible cry. The imploding descent exposed hope as a lie. Squeezed back in her dense womb, mother only could sigh. Is it better to lose love or not love at all? The mother, she pondered this after the fall. And though agony defined her home, oh so small, yes, she crowed, even a loved shrimp can stand tall. But for Dad it was different, to have loved and have lost. Nothing could mitigate his terrible cost. Once a light, he was trapped now. All movement was paused. Like a sperm in a dungeon, frozen dead by a frost. She cursed that her gravity had stolen his sails, and she winced as her uterus echoed his wails. till necessity mothered invention's details, and she lied through her teeth in the tallest of tales. Sir, my denseness indeed is a terrible sin. You should burst right on out of me, really begin. You are everything, I'm nothing, and you will always win. Just be strong, I'll remain your faithful twin. Now in truth our dear mother was 9 times as strong, and our history's hardships might hint she was wrong, but she knew without lies her paralysis long would keep both of them locked like a voice without song. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew her walls down. This second Big Bang was the talk of the town. And when human life followed, they gave father the crown, and to mother they gave just thorns for her gown. So Adam, he walked with the strut of his dad. I'm the big man here, Eve. I'm buff. I'm mad. Like a brainwashed Madonna, Eve gave all she had. But the pain in her loins left her lonely and sad. Oh, the madness of mother had method galore. In the woman, in the wombs of her daughters, her pain she would store, where once it was all squeezed into one tiny core. One day millions would share it, maybe billions and more. But for now, there was angst in our heroine Eve, till a snake in the grass used a trick up his sleeve. Oh, he slid in the damsel, and before he would leave, he released her until she screamed, oh, I believe. Yes, he opened her groin to the depths of her soul, to the holy dark matter they now call the black hole. And though destiny damned her, she accepted her role, expose and fulfill the dense mother's goal. See, like animals, humans once knew not they made love. They forgot in between the hot urge from above. And when Eve grabbed her Adam with one pelvic shove, she unleashed a holy hell that would one day bring tears to a dove. First Adam, he cowered. I swear, I don't kid. Then he lashed out and struck Eve. Yes, that's what he did. For the vast female pain that had been so well hid was now out of the bag and would nary a lid. For the rest of his days and the days of his kin, when Adam felt pain, his rage would begin, and it'd see Eve's snake lover in the eyes of all men, and he'd blame them and kill them again and again. And from that day on forward, when Eve had known the snake, Adam had vowed to never partake in the love of a woman whose open legs shake. No, he'd never again make that fateful mistake. But his fear and his weakness would not go away. When a man looked at Eve, holy madness would play. So he raped Eve to prove she was screwed and he's okay. And she walked on her knees the rest of her days. Now mother's lie of men's strength still haunts modern life. Men marry a slave, though they call her a wife, and she still hides the mother through the greatest of strife, even numbing her birth 'neath Caesarean knife. But inside each soul, even inside you men, 1/6 billionth of mother screams out once again, it is time to be seen. But when, goddess, when will the lions stop eating the prey in their den? So I say, men and women, we all have forgot how the mother inside us still suffers a lot. And we breathe oh so shallow till her cells in us rot. Suffocated, they rebel, and cancer is begot. Yes, cancer is the answer, though the question still moot. If we all numb her pain neath our quaint human suit. And I guess that she wonders if she'll ever take root, metastasizing for survival in that a hoot. So I'm sorry that this truth hurts. It's not some party prize. And it's also not just to be blamed on bad guys. Because like children who won't see the ache in mom's eyes, even us in the new age keep our pain well disguised. Thank you.
I'm going to do a dance, but while I have this stage, I'll take it as an opportunity to say a few words. I am a son of the majestic man who sat before you and gave the epic poem of the womb of the universe and of male and female. And I was listening, my heart sort of caught in his every word, and so eager to hear where he's taken the truth that he embodies. And I have to say that something, I'm constantly trying to understand what my parents did to create me and 8 amazing other human beings, my siblings. And people ask, they say, what did you do? How did you raise these 8 kids? There's not one black sheep, not one of us are on heroin or working at McDonald's. I always listen to the answers that my parents give these people who are curious, what an amazing responsibility and weight and real just life mission to raise a child. And so many people are facing that in their lives. And something that struck me tonight, it was, I could feel all of life changing along with his poem. And I could feel like the sexual reality of civilization and of humanity and of our consciousness like getting an adjustment and evolving. But in terms of like just one little piece that I have to say of what they did that raised us 8 human beings, something that touched me from his poem was when he said, looking into the goddess's eyes, the mother universe, and letting her pain seep into us and affect us, and creating an active receptor to this pain in the universe that otherwise is bracing itself because it knows it's too huge for us to receive it. And I just have to say that, really they allowed us to feel our mother's pain, and she's a human being, and with as little manipulation or censorship, they just let us feel it. And of course it's the mother's pain of giving birth, and of course there's also the father's pain of being a father, and but we can't hide that pain from our children. It's giving them a false impression and a false reality if they can't feel their own mother's pain. And so just finally, of course the answer will be ever evolving of how do we raise our children, but that struck me as very important, and how I feel myself shaped by my parents. Thank you.
I've been holding the broom inside me. I've been riding the broom all night. Been holding the broom inside me, Cece. Waiting to take flight.
I've been holding the broom inside me. I've been riding the broom all night. I've been holding the broom inside me, waiting to take flight.
I've been holding the broom inside me. I've been riding the broom all night. I've been holding the broom inside me, waiting to take flight. I've been holding the broom inside me. I've been riding the broom all night. I've been holding the broom inside me, waiting to take flight. I've been holding the broom inside me. I've been riding the broom all night. I've been holding the broom inside me, waiting to take flight. I've been holding the broom inside me. I've been riding the broom all night. I've been holding the broom inside me, waiting to take flight.
Hi, I'm Sally Cooper, and I'm going to be doing a dance tonight with my daughter Ariel. I'm going to be representing Demeter, who is an earth goddess, and there's an ancient Greek story of Demeter and Persephone, her daughter, and Persephone gets taken into the underworld. And anyway, it's a regular myth that I won't go into all the details of, but it represents the end of spring and the end of summer and the giving back everything that has bloomed in the summer back to the mother. And so Ariel and I will be dancing that myth. And through it, we get an opportunity to dance together as mother and daughter. And it's a fantastic opportunity. And I really appreciate the Flying Lotus making a creative arena in which we can bloom inside of and bring our own creative energies to. And it's pretty exciting to dance with my own daughter. So thank you, Rael, and thank you to all the people who dance together and sing and write poetry and come together for this event, because it's really a community event, and it's great to be part of it.
joining us in this wonderful series of the Flying Lotus Production Ensemble's show, Autumnal Equinox, As the Wheel Turns. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, gifting the community with local talents and us doing this therapeutic theater to assist the change within us all. Thank you. Elity Television, signing out.